5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good morrow, hippies. Peace on you. How's the week going so far? The cookie today is pronounced Politik. This confection will have a many-layered Middle Eastern flavor to it, because it goes in Palestine at this moment, which is nothing less than a political petri dish for postmodern colonialism. Israel, it seems, will never cease to try to expel the Arabs from what it deems to be its own natural territorial sphere. Assimilation seems fairly unlikely at this point, and the Arabs, for their part, probably will never cease to resent or resist the occupation. Palestinian Arab leader Mahmoud Abbas reiterated Monday that the Palestinians will try this Friday, in fact, to win a vote in the UN for statehood if that's successful, which of course the US and Israel will move heaven and earth to prevent. Palestinian statehood will be a game changer. It's not a religious issue, you understand. It's about land and resources. There's a map attached to the article. The same tensions and hostilities, the same stratagems for contesting them, would be used by any two groups in a similar conflict, anywhere, anytime. There may be a small irony in the fact that it is, in fact, immaterial that this situation pits the Jews against their Semitic cousins who shifted their spiritual allegiance from Yahweh to Allah some 1,500 years ago. Mostly that's an excuse or a rationale masking, in a realpolitik sense, the comprehensible territorial ambitions of Israel, namely to consolidate all the land between Jordan and the sea, between Lebanon and Suez, under Israeli hegemonic control. Now, the state of Israel, by any rational realpolitik standard and by long-standing definitions of sovereignty, cannot really countenance the existence of a separate sovereign state within its borders. That would be anathema to any state. So Israel is extremely unlikely to enter willingly into any agreement which provides anything like a co-equal Arab state in Palestine. An analogous situation would be the U.S. wouldn't allow the Navajos to have their own air force, sovereign though the tribe might be under law. Hell, we barely allow them to have their own police. See, the real rub is that the Israelis would actually have to negotiate bindingly and in good faith, because that's how states negotiate with each other. Absent Palestinian statehood, the Israelis could do, and pretty much have done, almost anything they wanted. As a state, the Palestinians would have standing in international law to demand to be treated as equals, and I don't think the realpolitik Israeli state can tolerate that. On a more applied local level, there's absolutely no way that any Israeli politician could face the Israeli electorate having handed back to a Palestinian state water, say, which some kibbutz needed to make the desert bloom. Can you see Bibi Netanyahu or Avigdor Lieberman telling a furious bunch of settlers to pull back from an Arab village they covet? Or explaining to a bunch of furious kibbutzim that they have to share their precious water with people who they commonly refer to as filthy Arabs? No, I can't see it either, and that's the dilemma. Obama is just the latest American president to ignore or misunderestimate the Israeli realpolitik, in a way analogous to Upton Sinclair's cynical declaration that it's hard to get a man to see what his job depends on him ignoring. Neither Obama nor any other U.S. leader can see, they can't acknowledge that Israel has those territorial ambitions. Still, they are undeniable. Netanyahu advisor and former Israeli cabinet member Dori Gold has repeatedly said that settlements must continue to provide for a future for some 300,000 or more settlers. That is about as clear a statement of what we used to call manifest destiny as you're going to hear that side of the Atlantic. In reality, there is no way Israel, the state, can tolerate any arrangement for the Palestinians in Israel, which is not basically an apartheid-like assortment of Bantustans, such as the white South Africans set up for their pesky black indigenes. or at best, reservations like those on which we, users, isolate and disempower those from whom we stole our country. Realpolitik, it just means how things really are, shorn of spin and pretense, kind of like how the cookie crumbles, hippies. P.S. and somewhat off topic, I'll start believing the corporations are people about the time Rick Perry executes a couple of them. Oh yeah, and go by the store on the way out. Hit me bumper stickers. We got lots of them, along with other good gear. That way I'll be able to know who you are when I see you at the beach, babies. Bye-bye.